Students, you may be seated. Good afternoon. My name is Austin King, and I'm the president of the class of 2019. It is my honor to speak on behalf of my fellow classmates here today. By the way, did you all hear about the billionaire Robert Smith? He just paid off the loans of Morehouse College's entire graduating class, totaling over $40 million, in his commencement speech. I just want to make it clear, nothing like that is happening today. First and foremost, I would like to welcome friends and families, faculty and administration, board members, community members, and various others to the 125th Highlands High School graduation. Upon finding out I would be giving this address, I must admit I was initially puzzled by the phrase commencement ceremony. I did what any fact-seeking teenager of the internet age would do. I Googled it. The definition of commencement is a beginning. Well, that's confusing. Here I thought I was coming to the end of my state-mandated schooling, but after I thought about it more, this is just as much a new beginning as it is an ending. I guess the name does fit the accomplishment we are here to celebrate. With that being said, I would like to congratulate each student on this stage for making it to this moment. Whether we soared here like an eagle or stumbled through the finish line, we made it. When milestone moments like commencement arrive, I am reminded of an older movie quote from the classic Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Ironically, this quote is from a movie about skipping school, but clearly we did not do that too often. Now, maybe I'm a bit biased, but our class is simply the best and our accomplishments support that. I would be remiss if I didn't recognize that much of this success should be attributed to our new administration. In fact, our principal, assistant principal, and athletic director have all taken on new positions and have done a fantastic job. They ignited ozone support, hosted pep rallies, sparked bonfires, and brought back the beloved cannon on Friday nights. However, I am going to miss the trio of shiny heads that previously roamed the halls. Maybe Mr. Bertasso and Mr. Neoporti will consider the shaved look in the future. A few days ago, I asked Mr. Neoporti what our class accomplished in the sports realm, and he said, and I quote, "I've never seen anything like it." He decided to tell me all of the accolades rather than making copies because, per usual, none of the copiers were working, and I'm sure you teachers can attest to that. Anyway, to name a few, we've had 10 regional titles, 9 conference players of the year, 5 nominations for various sports awards, 2 state titles, 2 Powder Puff victories, and much more. But athletics aren't the only reason we're in school. We are here to learn. On the academic side, our dominance was no different. We had 5 students participate in the Governor's Scholars Program, 3 involved in the Governor's School for the Arts, and 3 National Merit finalists. The drama department won 11 Cappies. We the People advanced to nationals, and both our women's and chamber choirs took home a distinguished rating in performance assessment. In addition, our class earned over $14.2 million in scholarships to over 70 universities and 50 different organizations. Those are some pretty outstanding figures. We've been together since elementary school and have made many great memories. As young kids, we look forward to baseball and basketball games, soccer matches, flag football, school plays, wax museums, performances, field trips, video games, and playing outside, not having a care in the world. 2019 seemed to be light years away. In middle school, things got a little bit more complicated. State testing, harder classes, more competition with sports as well as other activities, and on top of that, we became more obsessed with our appearance. My big obsession was shoes. I vividly remember begging my mom to fork over $200 for a pair of neon orange Jordans that I specifically needed, but didn't get to wear for my 6th grade kickoff party. And I'm sure you all have had some similar experiences. But in high school, as classes became more intense with AP courses and end-of-course exams, fitting in with the crowd suddenly became less important. Our worries have shifted since then, and now we are finally able to answer those mundane questions we constantly get from Great Aunt Betty at family reunions. Where are you going to school? What are you going to study? When are you going to get a job? What are you doing with your life? Everyone in this auditorium is excited to see what is in store for those being honored here today. The next few years will represent a time of new discovery. Socrates is credited with the quote, "The unexamined life is not worth living." This ancient Greek aphorism takes on various meanings, but at its core, it refers to a sense of self-knowledge. These next few years will be a quest to learn who we are. Your parents, your family, your friends, teachers, and peers have all helped shape who you are today. I would personally like to take a moment to thank my parents, sister, brother, grandparents, and extended family for supporting me throughout this journey. To my sister, Savannah, I will miss our rides to school that brought us closer together, despite your long morning routine that nearly made us late every day. To my brother, Trey, thanks for always being there for me and helping me with chores, even though I usually ended up doing most of the work. There may have been some life lessons I didn't want to hear from my mom and dad, some advice I didn't want to take, but I must admit that, most of the time, they were right. Our loved ones have guided us in the right direction, but now it is our time. We must take these next few years and discover who we truly are, take the lessons learned and expand on them. Our failures will make us stronger and pave the way to our success. Graduates, I would like to encourage each and every one of you to call on your inner Ferris Bueller and live in this last moment of high school. Take stock in your achievements, your friendships, your family, and your relationships. Never again will this same group of people be assembled in one spot. Cherish it. As I conclude, I want to give some final thank yous to Mrs. Griot for being our class sponsor, and want to give you all one final thank you for having such a positive impact on my life. I wish you all the best of luck. I know we will be great. I look forward to hearing the memories we create. We would like to thank everyone for joining us in the celebration. Here's to the class of 2019.
Good afternoon, I'm Zoe Barth, and today I decided to write a letter to my 14-year-old self. Dear 14-year-old me, it is the summer before you start as a big high school freshman. Brace yourself, because these next 4 years will include some of the toughest and most rewarding moments of your life. Highlands will inevitably set the stage for nights filled with learning logs and curriculum frameworks, exciting Friday night football games, new friends, and a lot of teachers practicing their hashtags on Twitter. However, there are some things that you should know. First, your parents and teachers do in fact know best. You will get frustrated. When it's a school night and your mom doesn't allow you to stay out till midnight, remember, she knows what's best for you. When you forgot to do your homework assignment and your teacher gives you a 0, remember, they want what's best for you. Your parents and teachers will be hard on you, but that's because they love you. Believe it or not, they are better versed in the game of life than you are. The teachers at Highlands are the best in the game. They will provide you with a plethora of academic information, but more significantly, they will show you how much they truly care about you. You should do your best to create relationships with them and value the time and effort that they will put into bettering your time at HHS. As for your parents, don't take them for granted. Sooner than later, you will be sitting in these seats waiting to receive your diploma. Your parents will have watched you develop into a distinguished high school graduate, and the truth is, you owe most of it to them. Your personality, morals, and successes are a result of the time and effort that they put into making you, you. Be sure to thank your teachers and parents. Second, hard work will get you far. As Ralph Lauren stated, a lot of hard work is hidden behind nice things. In other words, nothing will be handed to you. You must earn everything you receive. You might not be the smartest in your class, but that should never stop you from working hard. Whether you dream to be a star athlete, a great whistler, a talented artist, or at the top of your class, you must work for it. Third, never lose yourself while trying to win over others. The temptations of peer pressure and the traps of popularity are real and will be very present throughout high school. I'm not going to pretend that you won't make mistakes, but please be sure to hold on to who you are. You should try new things. You should make new friends. You should have fun. Just be careful. Nobody will ever be able to offer you something that is worth losing yourself. Last, I couldn't be more serious when I say that it will go by fast. Look around at your classmates. These are the people that will go through this 4-year journey with you. They will push your buttons. They will make you laugh. They will sit through graduation practices with you. They will walk across that stage with you. Your greatest accomplishments and your most embarrassing failures will be shared with your class. Trust me, your friends will change over the years, but in the grand scheme of things, you will always share a bond with your peers. When someone asks you to hang out, go. If you're debating on talking to someone new, do it. When you get annoyed with someone, just remember that you only have 4 short years until it's over. Don't take any of it for granted. The good, the bad, all of it will make it hard to say goodbye. Sincerely, 18-year-old me. To the class of 2019, thank you. Thank you for granting me friendships that I wouldn't trade for the world. Thank you for inspiring me to work harder. Thank you for making me laugh. Thank you for contributing to the mark that we've left on Highlands. I can't wait to see the future successes that you will achieve, and I'm honored that I got the chance to know every single one of you. To my teachers, I am incredibly thankful for you. I hope you are cognizant of the tremendous impact you've had on me. To my parents and family, I could never properly thank you for all that you have done and continue to do for me. Graduating evokes so many emotions, but mostly I am grateful. Highlands High School will always hold a special place in my heart. Thank you for everything, and go Birds.
Hello, I'm Margo Seidel. Towards the beginning of senior year, one of my favorite teachers and people of all time, Mrs. Nash, showed my English class a clip from a commencement speech entitled, "You're Not Special." We were getting ready to write our college application essays, and the video served as a not-so-friendly reminder that Highlands is one of nearly 40,000 high schools across America. That's 40,000 valedictorians, 40,000 class presidents, 40,000 varsity captains for every single sport, and 40,000 presidents for every single club, just in the class of 2019 alone. Encouraging, right? So, why would Ms. Nash show us this video? Although the identity crises that we all experienced while watching it were certainly entertaining, I can assure you that her goal wasn't to belittle our achievements or involvements that are in fact special and certainly something to be proud of. Rather, it was a challenge. A challenge to find something inside each and every one of us that truly makes us one of a kind. To define ourselves not by something we do or participate in or any award we've received, but by something that we are. For a lot of us, myself included, this was a difficult task. By senior year, it's pretty easy to feel like a walking resume chained at all times to your Common App portal. But after some serious introspection and something like a quarter-life crisis, I realized that amidst all the clubs and sports and homework, I had become someone who's pretty good at looking at things from other people's perspectives. One of my best friends found out that she's awesome at communicating, and another that she can crack a joke in just about any situation. So we wrote about these qualities, things that would never make it on the page of a two-dimensional resume, but things that make us who we are nevertheless. Highlands kids are special. Unlike most of you, I'm not a native to this system. Transplanted from a tiny Catholic school in the 8th grade, I had absolutely no idea what to expect out of this so-called nest. I assumed Highlands would be special because of our blue ribbon title, legendary football program, and above-average test scores. And while these things are certainly exceptional, I quickly learned that Highlands is special because of the people. I'm unbelievably proud to be part of a class of dreamers, entrepreneurs, travelers, fighters, volunteers, scientists, athletes, and adventurers, future doctors and lawyers and politicians, good people doing great things. And so is my wish for the class of 2019. That we continue to be both great and good in all that we do. No amount of greatness will matter if we forget to be good people along the way. We've made it through a lot, the death of Harambe, kids eating Tide Pods, and a lack of parking only worsened by the presence of Zac Efron. We weren't really mad about that one, though. And yet, here we are, The minute we flip our tassels, we're on an equal playing field with over 3 million other graduates who, more often than not, have absolutely no idea what they're doing. And I think that's pretty cool. Our extracurriculars and class ranks and highlight reels and test scores no longer define us, and really, they never did. Now is your chance to find out what makes you, you. So, as we move into this next phase of our lives, I encourage you to take just as much time figuring out who you want to be as you do figuring out what you want to be. Don't lose yourself trying to build the perfect resume or Instagram feed. Be present, be open to new things, new people, and new paths. Don't fall into the trap of letting others define what success means to you. Class of 2019, you are special, both as a whole and each in your own way. The world needs some change makers right now, and thanks to some really awesome parents and teachers, I can confidently say we have become them. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for us, and of course, go Birds. Thank you.
The following students have been on the honor roll or super honor roll for 4 consecutive semesters of high school and will be presented with the Silver Honor Pin along with their diploma. Students are recognized for achieving the Silver Honor Pin at the Fall Awards program junior or senior year or at graduation. Please stand to be recognized when your name is called. Please hold your applause until all names have been called. Ian Barker, James Barrett, Daniel Brumall, Abraham Booker, Trey Gabbard, Lily Hennigan, Dalton Hopkins, Garrett Jordan, Jesse Jumanville, Madison Kaufman, Thomas Kelso, Noah Klopp, Julian Lynn, Hannah Rath, Preston Scholl, Samantha Shoemaker, Alexander Starkey, Benjamin Starzyk, Abigail Thomas, Kyle Turner, Rajdeep Vagela, Haley Witt, and Bryce Ziegler. The following students have been on the honor roll or super honor roll for 8 consecutive semesters of high school and will be presented with the gold honor pin along with their diploma. Please stand to be recognized when your name is called. Please hold your applause until all names have been called. Victoria Alcorn, Emma Armstrong, Marlena Auk, Caitlin Backscheider, Carly Bione, Logan Balson, Emma Banks, Haley Barnes, Zoe Barth, Mackenzie Baxter, Mallory Beach, Carter Bechtold, Hope Borchers, Nicholas Bowman, Casey Bradford, Mason Brandon, Christopher Bridewell, Michaela Brown, Tori Broomer, Hannah Bucher, William Burnham, Michael Bushley, Drew Cavassini, Sarah Caton, Brendan Conley, Noah Cooley, Sydney Cooper, Owen Kraft, Gwendolyn Collier, Catherine Dower, Lynn DeGraff, Candace Dillon, Rachel Easter, Rebecca Eaton, Catherine Eckerly, Liam Ehrman, Jonah Fessler, Katarina Finseth, Alex Ford, Mackenzie Gabbard, Rachel Gabbard, Olivia Gessner, Hannah Gish, Gwendolyn Gorman, Carrie Gorrigan, Audrey Gray, Ansley Grimm, Stephen Grimmy, Megan Gresham, Bryce Hygas, Emma Hargis, Devin Harris, Alexander Harrison, Hannah Hartman, Ashley Hayes, Leah Hayes, Jack Hagee, Trevor Hewins, Mallory Hill, William Hochleitner, Jack Hoffpower, Kelsey Hoover, Olivia Hopper, Hannah Huey, Chloe Jansen, Max Johncox, Chapin Johnson, Tanner Jewett, Austin King, Ryan Lee, Caroline Lorenz, Cecilia Mata, Maggie McGlone, Ethan McIntosh, Samantha McKinley, Adrian Mills, Noah Myers, Abigail Palucci, Jasmine Parsons, Michael Penrod, Connor Perry, Mitchell Pieper, Samantha Plyman, Megan Pointer, Samuel Reynolds, Nathaniel Roberts, Caitlin Scherpenberg, Jake Schneider, Elizabeth Schwalbach, Hannah Schwalbach, Jacob Shue, Margaret Seibert, Margo Seidel, Betsy Sellers, Lily Shamblin, Aiden Shannon, Abigail Smith, Mia Smith, Grant Sauer, Donovan Staub, Emma Talent, Claire Tinkler, Addiston Trapp, Simon Valentine, Cara Venefron, Jacob Violand, Lily Walling, Dakota Worley, John Whitlatch, Joseph Wind, Kyle Winkler, Lance Winters, Emerald Woody, and Kara Wright. The following students have achieved the grade of A in all classes for 8 consecutive semesters of high school. When your name is called, please come forward to receive your plaque. Zoe Barth. Brendan Conley. Noah Cooley. Katarina Finseth. Adrian Mills. Elizabeth Schwalbach. Margo Seidel. Betsy Sellers. Mia Smith. Emma Talent. And Claire Tinkler. The following students have achieved perfect attendance for all 4 years of high school. Please come forward to receive your plaque. Logan Balson, Fabiola Flores, Megan Gresham, Austin King. Maggie McGlone. Betsy Sellers. And Kyle Winkler. The Capstone Diploma program began with the class of 2017 to encourage academic excellence and to give exceptionally motivated students the chance to qualify for college credit and College Board recognition. Students who earn the Highlands Capstone Diploma must complete the following requirements: completion of the requirements of the Kentucky Pre-College Curriculum, complete the College Board courses titled AP Seminar and AP Research and complete the accompanying exams, complete and earn a passing score of 3 or better in 4 additional advanced placement courses prior to their senior year. Students who meet the above criteria will be awarded the Highlands High School Capstone Diploma, and students who earn a 3 or better in both AP Seminar and AP Research, as well as a 3 or better in 4 additional AP courses, will be awarded the AP Capstone Diploma through the College Board. Those who meet the requirements but do not get a 4 additional courses will earn a capstone certificate through the College Board. The following students have earned the HHS Capstone Diploma. Please stand when your name is called and hold your applause until all names have been read. Students will receive their recognition during the presentation of their diplomas. Victoria Alcorn, Catherine Dower, Katarina Finseth, and Claire Tinkler.
Hi, everyone. My name is Claire Tinkler, and I would like to start this off by saying that my grandma thinks I talk too fast, so if I do that for all of you, I apologize in advance. I would like to preface this by saying I'm not the world's most gifted public speaker. I do not have a lot of life experience or wisdom to share. I do not have many entertaining and insightful stories to draw from. In fact, I don't think I'm qualified to offer advice to anyone, but that's never stopped me before. I realize that this is the one and only opportunity I would have to speak in front of my family, my high school class, my school's faculty, and all their loved ones. There was no way to put into words all of the thoughts and emotions that I wanted to express today, so the following 5 or so minutes is my attempt. I hope some of it resonates with you regardless. As I stand here in front of you, it might be tempting to speak on what it takes to be successful and give out advice on time management and what it feels like to actually do your homework most of the time. But that wouldn't be very honest, and I want this to be entirely honest. 2 messages stood out to me as the most central in my high school experience. Firstly, that I failed and will continue to fail if I allow others to define failure. And secondly, that my successes are not entirely my own. When I began writing this speech, I reached out to some of my favorite people for advice and ideas. My uncle, hi Percy, sent me this quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson about success that puts a beautiful philosophy on life very eloquently. To laugh often and love much, to win the respect of intelligent persons and the affection of children, to earn the approbation of honest citizens and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to give of oneself, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition, to have played and laughed with enthusiasm and sung with exultation, to know even one life has breathed easier because you've lived. This is to have succeeded. This is a quote I want painted on every wall in the Highlands High School building, because in my experience, we often forget the truth in these words. In the past year or two, I've been rejected more times than I can count. I've been named an alternate, placed on a wait list, fallen outside of a certain score range, and been told no over and over again. I began to doubt my own abilities and worth because my ACT score, or scholarship received, or calculus grade weren't where I wanted them to be. And that is not okay. Highland students have a tendency to not talk about their mistakes, and not a single one of us is perfect, no matter how many awards and achievement certificates sit in our bedrooms at home. As I leave this building, I hope for the sake of the younger students that we do a better job of celebrating the different ideas of success. I want success to be based on making the world a better place, on making one life breathe easier, not by the name of the college you attend or the numbers you show up on a transcript. Because in my experience, the class of 2019, every single one of you is successful. It may take a village to raise a child, but it took a small army to get me through high school. In all honesty, the only thing I wanted to say with my time today is thank you. I would not be even half the person I am today without my parents, teachers, friends, siblings, and countless others. To my family, thank you for putting up with me, even through the hours I spent locked in my room working on AP seminar or a major work status sheet, though you all knew I was probably sitting on my phone most of the time. Thank you for the constant car rides, nightly walks with our dog, homemade meals, and endless encouragement. I already can't wait to come home and visit you next fall. And to my twin, Jack, I wish you the best of luck at the University of Dayton in the fall. It will be a strange 4 years without you, but at least I'll get the car every day. To my friends, thank you for bringing me more laughter and love than I ever thought possible in the past 4+ years. You are all so intelligent, so fun, so honest, and push me to be a better person every day. Thank you for sing-along car rides, Friday night football games, dancing until we can't feel our feet, and our reason to come to school every morning. We will all be scattered across the country, and in some cases the world, in a few short months. We just have to remember that this is not a goodbye, but a see you soon. To my teachers and guidance counselor, you are the real reason I'm standing here right now. Thank you for equal parts challenge and support over the past 4 years, for dealing with my stress tears and inability to make a college decision, for your love for your job that became more obvious by every hour that we spent together, and for showing up every single day, ready to do nothing but give, even to people who didn't seem to care, and even during trying times in your own lives. Your impact on me is greater than you know. To the class of 2019, I am so, so, so proud to be part of this graduating class. I'm constantly surrounded by talented, driven, and inspiring leaders every day. The pride you have in your school makes me equally proud to be a Bluebird, and the hard work involved in every single school sporting event, club meeting, or theatrical production is a reflection of that love for Highlands. It is often said that if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. I'm forever thankful that among these classmates, I have never once been in the wrong room in the past 4 years. And finally, to everyone listening, thank you for your attention and for allowing me to take up a few minutes of your time. I wish you all an evening of reflection on the past 4 years and celebration for the next chapter of life. For the last time as a Highland student, I'm honored to say, from the bottom of my heart, go Birds. Thank you.
Parents, faculty, members of the Board of Education, and guests, I am humbled and honored to present to you the 125th graduating class of Highlands High School. Now, before we give out the diplomas, I want to take just a moment to share some thoughts with each of you. First, to the parents, grandparents, aunts, and uncles, support systems that are here for each of these students. I'm sure over the last 18 years, there's been a lot of shoe tying, meals made, lots of late night runs to the store for poster paper, runs to the school for forgotten lunches and homework. And we're impressed with the number of days that each of you have been able to brave the Fort Thomas traffic, both in the morning and afternoon. These are These are great accomplishments that our students have met, and they've met them because they have people like you in their lives, people willing to sit through a graduation, whether it's here in the Performing Arts Center or the Media Center or the Black Box or online somewhere. We're so grateful for each one of you, and I hope the class of 2019 will join me in applauding your efforts to get them here to this point. To the faculty and others who have helped along the way. Our students have had no less than 13 teachers in their lives, and most of them over 50. They've had second moms in the assistants and the nurses and the different faculty members that we have at each of our schools. They've been here to protect, to teach, to guide, and to coach. We know that the work that is faced each day that with our teachers is the work of people who care and people who want the best for each of your students. We're grateful to the faculty. We're grateful for the work that they do each day, the efforts, the sacrifice, and the dedication that they have to our students. And finally, I invite you to listen in as I give some final words to the class of 2019. I can't imagine what you all thought 40 weeks ago as you sat on the stage and we had everybody in here and we kind of did some things a little weird and different to start school. And you all went with it. And I appreciate that. It's been a great year, and you are a wonderful class to set the bar for what I expect from Highlands in my tenure as the principal here. As days go by, we have lots of people that come in for tours of our school. And I share with them 3 things that make our school successful. And they all start with A: arts, athletics, and academics. And you all have been a part of that in various ways. Some of you in all 3, some of you in 2, some of you in 1. But all of you have participated in one way or another of making our school successful in the arts, in athletics, and in academics. Now, I'm going to give you your first challenge, which implies there's a second at least. Your first challenge is, as you leave here, whichever of those 3 hasn't been your strength, learn to focus on it. Figure out some way to become better in either the arts, athletics, or academics as you go forward in your career, whether it's in college or in the workplace. For me, when I left, I had to get better at academics. So I did that when I was in college and when I worked on my master's. So that's challenge 1. The second is, many of you have maybe heard about being left-brained or right-brained, creative or academic. The reality is you don't have to be one or the other. When we look at the things that are the fundamental building blocks of all academia, at some point in time, they were undiscovered. The periodic table didn't just exist. We had to create it. Mathematical formulas, we had to figure that out. So it doesn't take just a smart brain. You also have to have that creativity. If you go out and read the book, A Whole New Mind, that's the generation that you all are heading into, where you can't just pick, I'm going to do one or the other. You have to do both. And guess what? The brain works in a way that you can do both. And so I encourage you, your second challenge, is to open your mind and find ways, if you've never felt creative, to be creative. And if you've never felt academic, to be academic. And to merge those 2 things so that you all can create and design the most incredible things that this world's ever seen. And I know that's what you can do, okay? So you have 2 challenges. 1, academics, arts, or athletics. Get better at whichever one you're not the best at. And 2, open your mind to be both sides, not just one. Will you do it? Okay, can I get like a thumbs up or something? Thank you. I am so honored that my first year has been your last year here at Highlands, and that you were willing to share that with me. Everybody else has quite the bar to meet. I've shared with a couple people that I've had to calibrate myself in order to know what to expect from a Highlands class. and you all have set that calibration nice and high, so we'll continue that tradition after you leave. Thank you for a wonderful, wonderful year, and I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors this fall. Members of the audience, the following portion of our ceremony will involve individually calling the names of the graduates of the class of 2019. Please help us maintain the Long Highlands tradition of making this a dignified ceremony. Out of respect of all who will be called and to ensure that each graduate will have the opportunity to hear their name, please take this moment to reflect and ponder on the great accomplishments of your graduate. Please refrain from noise and hold your applause until all graduates have been recognized. Superintendent Chesser, members of the Board of Education, it is truly my honor to certify that the following students have met all requirements as set forth by the Commonwealth of Kentucky, the Fort Thomas Board of Education, and hereby are entitled to the honor, recognition, and privileges bestowed upon Highlands High School graduates. Mr. Jeff Schneider, Assistant Principal, and Mr. Kevin Neoporti, Athletic Director, will you please come forward to read the names of the graduating class?
Trevor Worth Hewins. Bryce Alexander Higas. Kyle Michael Winkler. Adelaide Rose Seibert. Samantha Marie McKinley. Taylor Maylin Newton. Benjamin Oliver Starzik. Jacob Lee Violand. Jacob Evan Little. Jesse Michael Jumanville. Reagan Maury Silverton. Madison Nicole Livers. Carrie Ann Elizabeth Sue Vickers. Phoebe Ann Murphy. Lexi Nicole Cunningham. Sierra Ray Starrett. Kyle McClellan Turner. Jack Thomas Heggie. Grant H. McManus. John Flint Whitlatch. Alton Lee Gary Booth. Zachary James Schutte. Jacob Montana Leitner. Ethan Samuel Myers. Carrie Charles Corrigan. Sabrina Elizabeth Harrington. McKenna Marie Miller. Allison Page Griever. Caitlin Lynn Kittle. Aaron Casey Parrott. Kelsey Waters Hoover. Noah Matthew Klopp. Michael Connor Hall. Dylan Swingo Evans. Carter Joseph Crawford. Cecilia Rocio Mata. Abigail Rose Smith. Caroline Jane Lorenz. Lindsay Marie Meyer. Caitlin Lee Hoffmeister. Megan Nicole Pointer. Dalton Michael Hopkins. Tristan Richard Thompson. Logan Scott Guy. Alexander Joseph Starkey. Preston David Scholl. Edward William Gastrite. Garrett Michael Crow. William James Salmon. Nolan Edward Turner. Kurt Thornhill Oler. Ian Thomas Barker. Sarah K. Zachary. Melinda Jean Burton. Hannah Rose Huey. Candace Nicole Dillon. Rachel Annette Gabbert. Caitlin Marie Combs. Lance Alexander Winters. Michael Allen Bushley. Devin Carter Harris. Vaughn Ray Deshaun Dante Stennett. Sophie Danielle Eisen. Lydia Ireland Lightfoot. Tiana Lee Dooley. Samantha Ann Plyman. Rachel Suzanne Easter. Milena Elizabeth Carucci. Andrew William Wyckoff. Tyler Bruce Bracken. Alex Charles Ford. Draven Matthew Winters. Abraham Dillman Booker. Noah Stephen Myers. Garrett William Harrison Markham. Jackson Michael Hagedorn. Simon Richard Valentine. Christopher James Bridewell. Donovan Patrick Staub. Austin Thomas Palucci. Abigail Page Palucci. Emma Sophia Armstrong. Hannah Marie Gish. Jasmine Relika Powdrill. Haley Sophia Barnes. Hannah Kathleen Winstill. Megan Elizabeth Gresham. Lily Christine Walling. Elizabeth Mary Schwalbach. Malia Marie Kalani Neubauer. Caitlin Amber Backscheider. Kara Michelle Wright. Abigail Rose Thomas. Hannah Catherine Bucher. Margaret Ann Seibert. Mackenzie Kayla Baxter. Nicholas Andrew Cooley. Noah Alexander Cooley. Mason Christopher Brandon. Jonah Raymond Fessler. Joseph Harrison Eglian. Rajdeep Naranderson Vagela. Jason Bailey Armstrong. Preston William Cooper. Bryce Thomas Ziegler. Casey Thomas Green. James Theodore Barrett II. Caleb Michael Parks. Casey Marie Bradford. Hannah Kathleen Hartman. Emma Rose Banks. Ava Rose Losey. Shania Nyasha Chantel Fig. Taylor Alexis Smothers. Victoria Lynn Alcorn. Leah Nicole Hayes. Ashley Marie Hayes. Christina Faye Myers. Abigail Barton. Michaela Marie Brown. Sarah Morgan Caton. Madeline Grace Arnold. Lily McKee Hennigan. Zoe Ray Mullins. Nolan Gregory Valls. Jacob Stephen Ryan. Benjamin Henry Will Rollins. Logan Matthew Balson. Jake Gerard Schneider. Luke Tedesco Keller.
Brady Robert Walls. Julian Elijah Lynn. Connor Corey Perry. Carter Evan Bechtel. Alexander Cole Harrison. Ethan Manford McIntosh. Samantha Marie Shoemaker. Hannah Claire Rath. Lily Caroline Shamblin. Fabiola Alexandra Flores. Lillian Elise Reynolds. Isabella B. Moses. Olivia Renee Hopper. Hope Leanne Borchers. Mackenzie Lauren Gabbard. Carly Jean Schwartz. Emma Claire Talent. Caitlin Ashley Scherpenberg. Jasmine Alexis Parsons. Katerina Toby Renata Finseth. Betsy Lynn Sellers. Mia Josephine Smith. Dakota Michael Worley. Austin David Beiersdorfer. Matthew Edwin Lorenz. Grant Hatton Sauer. Michael Paul Penrod. Demetrius Gregory Sarakasanis. Adrian Allen Mills. Max Carl John Cox. Carter Gabriel Holmes. We'd also like to recognize that Carter Holmes has received perfect attendance for all 4 years. Sean Patrick James. Liam Strong Ehrman. Daniel Joseph Brumall. Haley Elaine Witt. Adrian Grace Adams. Lin Hui Fong DeGraff. Gwendolyn Jewel Gorman. Mallory Claire Hill. Gwendolyn Rose Collier. Joseph Reese Wind. Cooper Emil Schwabach. Jackson Michael Lairder. William Clark Burnham. Cassidy Ruth Ann Peterson. Maggie Joelle McGlone. Gwyneth Mia Donsky. Caroline Taylor McDougall. Katie Ann Schneider. Carly Elizabeth Bione. Thomas Martin Kelso. Nathaniel Joseph Paul Roberts. Stephen Michael Lang. David James Fisher. Trey David Gabbard. Andre LaShawn Hall II. Gavin Thomas Downard. Samuel Patrick Reynolds. Mitchell Brian Pieper. Aiden Frazier Shannon. William Marshall Hochleitner. Edward Lewis Etter V. Emma Dawn Hargis. Tori Carolyn Brumer. Ansley Elaine Grimm. Sydney Elizabeth Cooper. Megan Jane Ellison. William Martin Birch. Luke Isaiah Schweitzer. Benjamin Norman Sisson. Owen Davis Kraft. Catherine Ann Dower. Chloe Marie Jansen. Isabel Miller Murphy. Rachel Lauren Ray. Hannah Christine Schwabach. Kara Lee Venefron. Garrett Haywood Jordan. Jack Henry Hoffpower. Graydon Curtis Kramer. Drew Michael Cavassini. Nicholas Fitzpatrick Bowman. Jack Cornelius Tinkler. Colin Wade Scythe. Brendan Michael Conley. Ryan Terrence Lee. Tanner Joseph Jewett. Jacob Peter Shue. Matthew Grayson Balmer. Emerald Gail Woody. Allison Jeanette Kirsting. Rebecca Eileen Eaton. Madison Elizabeth Kaufman. Catherine Patricia Eckerly. Addiston May Trapp. Romy Addison Reynolds III. Austin Monroe King. Trenton William Johnson. Spencer Anthony Maniette. Mallory Diane Beach. Olivia Jo Gessner. Marlena Antoinette Auk. Caitlin Michelle Bergen. Brianna Rochelle Frost. Audrey Christine Gray. Chapin Alexander Johnson. Keegan Thomas Brewer. Stephen Joseph Grimmy. Margo Louise Seidel. Zoe Barth. Claire Kathleen Tinkler. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you the Highlands High School class of 2019.
Parents and guests, at the conclusion of our ceremony, please remain in our auditorium until all graduates have recessed. The graduates will be exiting the building and will meet you outside. Highlands graduates, please stand. We now turn the page from adolescence to adulthood, from students to alumni, signified by you moving your tassels from right to left. Please move your tassels. You may be seated. Now I invite the rest of the, excuse me, you were supposed to say standing, my bad. Now I invite the rest of the audience to stand and to join us under the direction of Hannah Hartman and Maggie Seibert in the singing of the Alma Mater, followed by a farewell address from our 2020 class president, David Herfel. Words to the Alma Mater can be found in your program.
Hail, Alma Mater, thy sons do call. We're here to praise thee, dearest friend of all. We're here to show thee our love is strong. Hail, Alma Mater, Highlands, hear our song.
I thought y'all could sit down. I don't know. So many of you all may have seen me sitting back there today, and you might have thought, there's someone who forgot his cap and gown. But no, actually, I am David Herfel, and I am the president of the class of 2020. And I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about the connection between our two classes and the impression that they have left both on my class and on our school. I want to start off by thanking the administration for giving me the opportunity to speak today on behalf of my class. It truly is an honor to be here. This class of seniors is one that is going to leave a lasting impression. This is a class of people that has been immeasurably impactful both on my class and on our school. From the moment we started kindergarten, this class has been here for us to look up to, whether that be in sports, academics, having fun, or anything else. This has been the class to show us how it's done. Now, when we started high school, like everyone else, we were freaked out by the idea of being hazed and made fun of for being freshmen. And we were all scared of it, but when we got here, they didn't try to freak us out. They didn't try to make us feel intimidated or treat us as though we were beneath them. In fact, they welcomed us in with open arms and made us feel like part of the Highlands family. And the feeling didn't stop there. They've kept it going throughout high school. In these last 3 years, I felt the bond of our classes grow even stronger. Our two classes have formed friendships and relationships that I know are going to last a lifetime. Now, personally, I've tried to be as involved in as many high school activities as I can be. And every activity I've been a part of has given me more opportunities to be around more and more of these seniors. Being able to mix between our two grades via classes, sports, and clubs has been one of the things that has made my life vastly better. Being in the freshman mentoring program gave me the chance to see the seniors setting the example of how to welcome the freshmen into the Highlands team. Being a lab assistant in computer science gave me the chance to work alongside Chapin Johnson every single day. My participation on the swim team led me to swim alongside Aiden Shannon. emceeing the talent show gave me a chance to be led by Lillian Reynolds. And my participation in 2 of the one acts gave me the opportunity to have Grant Sauer, Ethan McIntosh, Izzy Moses, and Kinsey Gabbard teach me how to act. Now, and finally, being on the cheer team has given me many more seniors to look up to. And not to mention, it put me on the sidelines and gave me the chance to watch the football and basketball team play every single time they had a home game. And it gave me the chance to see Ben Sisson score a touchdown, which is something I'm confident that my class is going to be talking about for years to come. Now, these connections aren't something that I would have made if I weren't a student at Highlands High School. And I'm very grateful to have had the opportunity, because the class of 2019 has made an impression on me that won't be forgotten. But of course, I'm not the only one that they've made an impression on. Everyone in the class of 2020 is going to go through the rest of their lives with the memories of these seniors who were a part of their lives. Now, my family has always thrown around a phrase: it's not about the grades you make, it's about the hands you shake. And I don't know how many of you have heard this, and yeah, I know that grades are, of course, very important, but all it means is that part of what being in high school is about is making strong interpersonal connections that are going to help build you up throughout the rest of your life. Now, these students that sit before me today, those are the hands that I've been lucky enough to shake. Those are the relationships that I've been lucky enough to form. And soon I know that I'm going to have friends in high, high places. Now, I know it's silly and overused, but before me I see CEOs, doctors, lawyers, and many others bound to succeed. And I'm happy to know that I've had the opportunity to form relationships with so many of them, and I'll be able to go through my life with them to help build me up. This class is going to be greatly missed. We've greatly enjoyed going through these last 3 years with you, and we know that you are all going to do great things. Thank you greatly for making these last years so enjoyable. You've left some big shoes to fill, and I hope we can live up to your precedent. Thank you very much. Farewell and best of luck to the graduating class of 2019. Thank you.